from the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network at Troy, Alabama's International University. This is Troy TrojanVision News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision News for October 16, 2017. I'm Lauren Harkson.
And I'm Nathaniel Rodriguez. Thank you for joining us this evening. Troy University's Rosa Parks Museum is home to many artifacts and information about the life of Rosa Parks and the civil rights movement. And as of this morning, the museum is home to a work of art featuring the civil rights icon created by world-renowned artist Niall Hollis. Sarah Drake has the details from Montgomery News Bureau.
The Rosa Parks Museum in Montgomery now has a new addition to its collection of art. A portrait of Rosa Parks created by Niall Hollis was donated to the museum by the Cummings family on Monday, and Trey Cummings explains why his family decided to take part in the donation.
We see Rosa Parks as such a powerful, strong role model, and we really want that kind of spirit ingrained in our daughters. We want them to be able to do anything that they put their minds to. And, we want them to understand the history and see where everything came from, and also hopefully move history forward.
Cummings also talked about what he hopes viewers of the portrait will see when they look at it.
This is a very powerful painting. It encompasses so many things, from the incident on the bus to today. And, I hope people can kind of see the journey. This has not been a short journey. This has been a long journey, and we still have a long way to go.
And after unveiling the portrait, Hollis mentioned where the inspiration for the portrait came from.
I had introduced the Hawkins to Italy through my exhibition there that I had with the mayor, and I thought it would be good to get Troy and Italy united. And during this inauguration ceremony, it was like we had a talk, and they were talking about Rosa Parks, and I said, well, I'd be glad to do a portrait of Rosa.
Hollis also explained why he thinks it's important for students to know the history of Alabama.
And they have to get the education, the true education of the Alabama history and our history of what is true, because all the textbooks I remember really don't mention the racial situation as truthful.
And Niall's painting of Rosa Parks will be on permanent display here at the Rosa Parks Library and Museum. In Montgomery, Sarah Drake, Troy TrojanVision News.
We will learn more about the creation of the portrait from Niall later in the show during our Trojan Talk segment.
Troy University's Department of Theater and Dance turned their sights to some younger learners this weekend as high schoolers visited the campus for a taste of what the department has to offer. Brady Talbert has the story.
For many, the weekend is a time without much learning, but for some theater students, it was precisely just for it. On Saturday, groups of high school students got the chance to fine-tune their theatrical skills at the Day of Theater, a day-long event that theater and dance instructors hope will leave a lasting impact.
A lot of kids come in with a lot of experience in terms of performance and making theater, but really aren't invested in the art of it. So they're coming in and they have a great enthusiasm, but they're not really seeing the ideas behind it and how it comes together. When they really kind of get their teeth into the academic side of theater and then really apply it, it's really kind of amazing to watch that light come on.
Students had the chance to learn about ways to bring a production to life by analyzing how Troy University brought the production of Peter and the Starcatcher to the stage. Attendees got a first-hand experience in creating set designs, costumes, and even theatrical makeup. They also received lessons on the proper way to select and present a monologue, and in true pirate fashion, performed a dance in a college studio. And as theater students learned some new skills that they can take back to their high school productions, they also got a taste of what it's like performing here at Troy University.
It's really exciting because for me, my college search has been kind of rocky, so to be able to come here and learn more what they can offer me has been really helpful in helping me make my college decision.
To see how these theatrical skills are used in Peter and the Starcatcher, you can check it out this Thursday, Friday, or Saturday in the Trojan Center Theater. Brady Talbert, Troy TrojanVision News.
You have a chance to see what the department has to offer this week as they wrap up their 2-week run of Peter and the Starcatcher Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. All show times are at 7 p.m. Tickets are available in the Trojan Center box office. According to the National Congress of American Indians, there are 562 federally recognized Native American tribes. Across these groups, there are many different beliefs on humanity's relationship with nature.
Well, as of October 15th, students at Troy University have the opportunity to learn about a few ways indigenous groups incorporate natural medicine into their culture. A new exhibit about Native American medicinal culture is on display on the first floor of the Troy University Library. The traveling exhibit, called Native Voices, covers how wellness is connected to culture, according to indigenous people across the United States, including those in Hawaii and Alaska.
By having it here, we believe that we're bringing a topic of interest to this area, especially with the Native American population that we have around Alabama, and particularly in this area.
Aside from having informational banners, the exhibit includes 6 iPad stations with testimonies from indigenous leaders, healers, and other community members.
You don't have to be next to a particular banner. It will take you through the entire exhibit per iPad. So the banners will describe the different sections and the topics of the display, but each iPad is in total to itself.
According to Simpson, the library applied for the exhibit's grant 2 years ago and had to wait for it to reach Troy.
The touring period for the traveling exhibit is a 4-year period. It runs from early 2016 to 2020. We just happen to be in the middle of the flow, and it's our time for the exhibit, so it just worked out like that.
One student said she loved learning about the native customs, which she believes can be applied to anyone's life.
Returning to a more natural lifestyle is always pretty beneficial, so I think the Native American tribes really got that one correct, and so we need to learn a little bit from them about that.
The exhibit will be on display in the Troy campus library until November 21st.
Now, the latest in Trojan sports on Troy TrojanVision News.
Hello and welcome to Trojan Vision Sports. I'm Sarah Drake. The Trojan football team will be looking to improve their Sun Belt Conference standing when they take on Sun Belt rival Georgia State on Saturday. Last season, the Trojans won after scoring 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Quarterback Brandon Silvers threw for 235 yards with 1 interception. DeAndre Douglas grabbed 6 passes for 97 yards and 1 touchdown. And Jordan Chun rushed for 91 yards and a score. Head coach Neil Brown says he's ready to use last week's mistakes to better the team.
You look at it when you have a disappointing performance, one or two things. You either completely just put it to bed, don't worry about it, or use it as a teaching tool. There was numerous teaching tools in that football game, and we're sitting here, we're 4-2 through 6 games, and we've got half our season left. And we better learn from those mistakes that we made in that game and get better, and I think we're aligned to do that.
The Trojans will take on the Georgia State Panthers Saturday in Atlanta, Georgia in Georgia State Stadium at 1 p.m. And now from the gridiron to the court, where the Trojans battled in another 5-setter against the Georgia State Panthers, taking the victory 3-2 at the JSU Sports Arena on Friday night. Troy got out in front early, winning the first set 25-19. Both teams battled back and forth until Troy went on a 6-point run to take a 20-17 lead. Another 4-point run from the Trojans closed out the first set to give Troy a 1-0 match lead. The Panthers would rally back in the second set, winning 25-22, but Troy came back taking set 3 with another 25-19 decision. The Panthers refused to go down without a fight, winning set 4 25-21 to tie things up again. Troy stayed close the entire set and tied the game at 16 before the Panthers were able to break away with the win. And an exciting 5th set kept the score neck and neck until Troy was able to go on a 4-point run to tie the match at 11. A kill from Savannah Moore and a Georgia State attack error handed the Trojans their second conference win of the season. Troy returns home to host Alabama State tomorrow at 6:30 in Trojan Arena before hosting Arkansas State and Little Rock on Friday and Saturday at 6:30. And the cross-country team finished their regular season on Friday afternoon at the Alabama Crimson Classic Cross Country Invitational. The men finished in 12th place and the women finished in 30th place. Both teams struggled to gain momentum heading into the Sun Belt Championships, as their highest finisher for either team was Bracken Stewart, who finished in 60th place with a time of 25 minutes and 47 seconds in the 8,000-meter event. Troy is off next week and will return to action on October 28th for the Sun Belt Championships in Boone, North Carolina.